Hey everyone and welcome! This week, we're going to dive into a really powerful idea, something that can totally change how you see your studies and your future career. It's this idea of stewardship. You can think of it as the bridge that connects what you're learning right now with the life you really want to build.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll figure out what stewardship even means. Then, we'll see how it fits with your schoolwork and your career goals. After that, we'll get inspired by some amazing stories from other students. And we'll finish up with what you can do this week to make it all happen.
All right, so let's jump right in. You might hear this word stewardship and wonder, what does that actually mean? Especially for me right now as a student. Let's break it down.
When you boil it all down, stewardship is really about trust. It's the responsibility you have for the important things in your life. You know, things like your family, your health, your money. But for us today, we're zeroing in on two huge ones: your education and your future career. These are trusts that you've been given, and being a good steward means taking great care of them. Okay, so how does this big idea connect to your day-to-day life as a BYU Pathways student? Let's make this super practical and look at what academic stewardship actually looks like.
So being a good academic steward, well, it really just means you're taking ownership of your learning. It's that shift in your mind from "I have to do this assignment" to "I get to grow my mind." And here at BYU Pathway, we actually have an amazing tool designed to help you do just that.
And here it is, the BYU Pathway Learning Model. This is basically your guide to being a fantastic academic steward. When you prepare for class, that's you taking responsibility. When you teach someone else at your gathering, you're making what you know even stronger. And when you ponder and prove what you've learned, you're making it a real part of who you are. Every single step is an act of stewardship.
Okay, now let's connect the dots, because all this effort you're putting into your studies, it doesn't just stay in the classroom. Nope, it is the direct foundation for your future. So let's talk about career stewardship.
Career stewardship is all about growing your talents on purpose. And why do we do that? It's so you can better provide for yourself, for your family, and really make a difference in your community. That can be a regular job, starting your own business, or even volunteering. It's all about building your ability to contribute in a meaningful way.
Now this all sounds good in theory, right? But what does it actually look like for real people? Let's get past the ideas and see the impact of stewardship through the stories of students who are on the exact same path as you. We're going to check out 5 super inspiring examples. As you're listening, see if you can find a little bit of your own story, or maybe even a peek at your own future in what they experienced. First up, Esteban, and his story is just wow. He took what he was learning in his classes and used it immediately in his job search. And the result? He tripled his yearly income before he even finished his courses. I mean, that's a perfect example of how being a great academic steward can directly lead to career success.
Then there's Cho. She used a really specific practical skill from her class, spreadsheets, and it totally blew her boss away. Her boss was so impressed, she asked Cho to teach her. Just one small action created a huge opportunity for her.
And Marta's story is so beautiful. Her stewardship wasn't just about getting a job. Her hard work and dedication inspired her own daughter to do better in school. It just goes to show how our efforts can lift up and strengthen the people we love most.
Greta's story is awesome because she wasn't even looking for a job for herself at the time. But she took her new knowledge about resumes and LinkedIn and used it to help her husband find a better job. And then it had this ripple effect. She started teaching others in her community.
And finally, we have Jasmine. She took the business principles from her class and plugged them right into her own baking business. It made her a more confident, more effective entrepreneur. So cool.
I mean, aren't those stories just so inspiring? So now it's time to think about your story. Let's talk about your next steps and how you can put these powerful ideas into action this week. Okay, here's your game plan for the week. First, get ready to teach at your gathering. Remember, teaching is one of the absolute best ways to make sure you understand something yourself. And then, take a little quiet time to write in a journal. Thinking about how these ideas apply to your specific life. That's where the magic really happens. And through all of this, remember there's a spiritual side to your stewardship too. Your education is more than just about classes and jobs. It's a spiritual journey. As you ask for guidance, you are going to find you have divine help to succeed in all your important responsibilities. So as we finish up, I just want to leave you with this question. What's one small thing? It doesn't have to be huge. What's one small thing you can do this week to be a better steward? Just one step forward. You've got this.